Hey everyone, so welcome back to my vlog. This is my life because guess what? This is my life. Now, in my last video, I said that I'll see everybody tomorrow, but I figured since I'm bored and I have nobody to talk to right now except for the cats and they're entertaining themselves over there, that I would hop on and just make a video. Make a video about nothing, okay? But it'll be about something. So what do I want to talk about? Well, my husband got called into work and he's got to work 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. So he'll be home around 2:30. So I usually stay up until he gets home or I possibly crash out. So what do we want to talk about? Or what do I want to talk about? Let's do, and I don't think we've done this in a while since I started my vlog. Let's do a video about get to know your YouTuber. Okay, so my name is Abby. I go by Pixie a lot on my social medias. I am a writer. I have 25 published books. I am currently working on a nonfiction book. It's the third book in my Road to Recovery series that I'm going to be doing. There's going to be 4 books. My 4th book will be wrapping up my recovery. Also, I enjoy doing photography. I haven't been able to do a lot of photography lately, mainly because I've been dealing with my health and my mental health, and I suffer with agoraphobia. So I'm usually inside unless I'm with my husband, and then I'm able to go outside. So really sucks because I really love doing photography. One of my favorite things to take pictures of is the moon. I love taking pictures of the moon. On my Facebook account, I have an album that's just I have multiple albums that are dedicated to my photography, and the moon is like one of my top ones that is viewed a lot because I love taking pictures of the moon. Ever since I got my Kodak Pro Pics, I got that like maybe let's see, I've been with my husband almost 5 years. I bought the camera. So I probably bought the camera probably about maybe 7 to 8 years ago. And I used to always have the camera everywhere with me. But with my mental health being sucky and my regular health being sucky, I haven't been able to do a lot of photography. Another thing I like to do is I love to paint. When I was in school, I took up studio art. I took up a couple of different art classes. Studio art was my favorite. And I have a lot of different canvases, and I have a lot of paints, and I also have drawing pencils, oil crayons, you know, everything to paint. I love to paint. I stopped painting when I started my recovery, and then I slowly got back into it, but right now, because I don't have a lot of room in here to do my painting, all my painting stuff is like underneath this bed right now in boxes. What else do I like to do? I have a podcast. I just finished out season 2 of my podcast. Loud. Season 1 of my podcast was about mental health, and season 2, the one I just wrapped up, is about social media. I'm not 100% sure what I want season 3 to be about. I did make an episode before ending out season 2 where people could email me with ideas of what they would want my podcast to be about for season 3. I do TikTok, not as much as I used to, because I dealt with a lot of people that were bullying me, harassing me, calling me, you know, a pedo, a groomer, because I am older than my husband. And the thing is I met my husband at my place of employment. He applied there, and obviously he's an adult. And he was an adult when I met him. So I don't get why people are calling me a pedo, calling me a groomer. My husband had many girlfriends before me. It wasn't like he was a virgin. I didn't corrupt him or anything. So I don't know. The snowflakes and the Karens and the Kens and whatever you want to call them on the internet are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. They don't know anything about people's lives, but yet they want to just put in their 2 cents about it. I've seen a lot of people going through that because of age differences. 17 years between my husband and I. You guys can come at me all you want, and you can come at me and say, you know, what do you obviously have in common with your husband who's old enough to be your own child? Well, I'm sorry to say, if I was 17 years old having a kid, I wouldn't be here today because my parents probably would have me, or I wouldn't be able to sit right or walk right because my parents are very strict, and I wouldn't be having no kid at the age of 17. Well, anyways, my husband and I have a lot in common because the thing is I don't act my age. I'm 44 years old. I don't act like a 44-year-old. I don't dress like a 44-year-old. My hairstyle's not like a 44-year-old. When I think of a 44-year-old, I'm thinking of like back when I was younger, where you're wearing those like floral shirts with high waist pants and whatnot. That's what I think of a 44-year-old, okay? And I know that's wrong, okay? I'm thinking back to my mom when she was 44. Unfortunately, we lost my mother when she was 47, and that does scare me when I get closer and closer to that age. But me, we get along. We have a lot in common. We have a lot of the same problems with our families. We enjoy doing the same things. You know, we don't like the same type of music, but we can tolerate each other's music. I'm more of, you know, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s when it comes to music. And my husband is more of the now kind of music. But we tolerate each other's music. We both like the same type of movies. Our dads were practically the same type of person. I mean, I wish those two would have been able to meet each other when they were alive, because those two would have been friends. Seriously, they would have been friends. So my husband and I, we have a lot in common. He may be younger than me, but I have a lot in common with him, and he has a lot in common with me. And age is only a number, okay? Age is only a number. And people may say, okay, I robbed the cradle. I didn't rob no cradle. I'm sorry, I did not rob a cradle. My husband actually thought, when we first met, he thought I was in my 20s. And I had to correct him and tell him that I was 38 at the time. And he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that I was that old. And I don't know why my cat is meowing for no reason. Well, anyways, he didn't think I was that old. He thought I was just a little bit older than him. So I get a lot of people coming at me for that because I'm older than my husband. I'm sorry. Things happen. I didn't expect to get with him. I disliked him when we first met. I mean, he's got piercings, he's got the septum piercing, he's got the 2 piercings here, he's got the eyebrow piercing, you know, he's got a bunch of piercings in his ears. I literally wanted to take a magnet, and I know this wouldn't work because the piercings aren't magnetic, but it was just the thought of it. I always wanted to take like a magnet to him and see if he would connect to it. That was my thought when I first saw him. I did not want to hire him. And I ended up hiring him, and he became my friend. He became my best friend. And I had just gotten out of a relationship with an abusive alcoholic. So I had somebody to turn to. Did I think it was going to turn into a relationship? No. But it did. It happened. And then what happens? We ended up dating, we ended up engaged, and then we ended up getting married on the first day of summer of 2022. So this year will mark our 3-year wedding anniversary. What else do I like to do? Well, I love to watch movies. And the sad thing about the recovery that I've gone through is I've been dealing with a lot of light sensitivity and sound sensitivity. So it makes it hard for me to watch certain movies. And for the longest time, I could not watch certain movies. And I had to be very careful on what I watched because I couldn't watch anything that was like flashy or loud. But now I am getting used to watching TV again, watching movies. Now, because I've spent so long just being able to watch cartoons or anything animated, I do end up watching cartoons. Like right now I'm watching Bob's Burger. I can't hear it because I don't need that in the background while I'm doing my video, but I have closed captioning on. So when I look up, I can see what's going on. But I'm a big movie buff. I love movies, black and white movies, old movies, you name it, I've probably have seen it. And I could probably name a bunch of movies that I guarantee nobody's ever heard of or nobody's ever seen. I used to love to read, but because the way my brain has been, it's really hard for me to sit down and like read a book. So if I have an audio for that book, I'll listen to it. But when it comes to reading, it's kind of hard for me to do because I lose concentration when I'm reading, and it just reading some print for too long kind of hurts my head. Okay, so those are my likes. What are my dislikes? One, my dislikes is I don't like the city. I'm a country girl. I love the country. I don't like living in a city, but can I tolerate it? Yes, I can, because right now this is how we're gonna live, because, financially this is okay for us. This is okay. I mean, do I want to get into an apartment? Yes, I do. I can't wait until I get into an apartment because our stuff is stuck in a storage unit. 90% of my life is in a storage unit. I just like summertime. Not summertime itself, the temperature. I cannot stand the heat. When I was younger, I loved it. But I think why I don't like hot weather is because my mother, and it's always hard when I have to talk about my parents. My mom had a heat stroke while she was outside mowing the lawn back in 2003. She didn't know she had a heat stroke. She went inside, ran a cool bath like my mom always did. And when she submerged her body into the bathtub, it shocked her. And it shocked her heart. And that's where she had the heart attack. And it was 90+ degrees outside. I talked to my mother that day and I told her that I would come over once the sun went down and I would mow the lawn for her. She didn't listen. My mom always was the stubborn type. And she went out and did it. I spent months being blamed for my mother's death because I didn't go right then and there to mow the lawn, and my mom did it herself. But it took me some time to actually think and be like, well, I didn't force my mom to go mow the lawn. It was her stubbornness that made her go and mow the lawn, because it was safer to wait until that sun was down to mow the lawn than to be out there in that heat. So for the longest time, even I blamed myself while I was being blamed by my father, who at the time should have been home with my mother but wasn't home. I did try to end my life, but would I have succeeded? No. I would never succeed in ending my life. I would do stupid things, but I would never succeed in doing that. It's happened 3 times to me, and they're more like the thoughts in your head. Those intrusive thoughts that annoy the shit out of you. And I really have bad lighting on me, and tomorrow I'm gonna have to look for my selfie light that can go right on my cell phone here. My dad, he passed away in 2017 from brain cancer. They found it a little too late, and we had 6 months with him. We were prepared for his death, unlike my mom's, that was like out of the blue. Other things I dislike, Mother's Day, obviously, because I don't have my mother. Father's Day, because I don't have my father. I don't have a lot of dislikes. I mean, when it comes to music, I cannot stand rap music, but I tolerate it enough for my husband. There are some foods that I don't like. I mean, I grew up being forced to eat liver and onions, and if I didn't eat it, I was sitting at the table until it was done. And believe me, I never finished it. Never finished it. Can't stand liver and onions. When it comes to foods I like, I love all my fruits. I love all my vegetables. I'm not a big meat person. I will eat ground beef. I can't have pork. Not a religious thing. It's just my body does not digest it properly. Any habits that I have. I have a bad habit. It's this. And I'm hoping to quit it. Bad habits. I'm an overthinker. That's a bad habit for me. Because of past trauma that I've dealt with, I'm an overthinker. And I always think the worst. So that's kind of a bad habit. I really don't have a lot of bad habits because I kind of got rid of bad habits. Like, I don't drink alcohol. I can't stand the taste of it. Another reason is I was abused by an alcoholic, so I don't like alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes. I quit back in December 1st of 2020. I don't do drugs. Marijuana doesn't count as a drug because obviously it's legal in my state and it's an herb. Do I smoke it? No. Maybe like once in a blue moon, but no. That was something from my past that I quit when I was pregnant with my firstborn, who will be 21 next month. So about me, I've struggled with my mental health since my first husband walked out on me and my 3 children back in 2009. So I've been struggling with my mental health since then. I was put on different medication for 12 years straight. I spent 5 years on Xanax, which I should not have been on it that long. Xanax is actually the drug that I am in recovery from coming off of because my doctor allowed me to come off cold turkey, which was actually dangerous because you could end up having a seizure, go into a coma, have a heart attack, or luckily, I didn't have any of those, and I'm sitting here today to be able to talk to you. I had to grab me something to drink, so I got a cup of my cold brew in my color-changing Starbucks cup. Yes, I'm drinking a cold brew at now 8:54 p.m. here in New York. But I'm usually awake until my husband gets home from work. Where was I? So, what else do you want to know about me? I'm an open book. So, I'm not afraid to talk about anything anybody wants to know about me, unless it has something to do with things that are a little too personal. Like, I don't talk about my address, don't talk about my phone number, I don't give out any information that could help somebody, hack me, or, I don't give out any big personal information about me. So, what does everybody want to know about me? I am new to YouTube. I started my vlog last year. I'm trying to grow my subscribers, but that seems to be falling a little short. I want to start getting a following here on YouTube, kind of like I have on TikTok. So what does everybody want to know about me? So just leave it in the comments. What do you want to know about me? And what I'll do is I'll make videos on what people want to know. And that way we kind of can continue doing a get to know your YouTuber, because I don't really know what to kind of say to you guys. I mean, I love to talk. My husband constantly tells me I need to zip my lip because I talk too much. And the reason I talk too much is because in my first marriage, I was not allowed to talk. I was told by my first husband that women are to be seen and not heard. So that'll give you the answer to why I didn't talk during my first marriage. So now that I am able to talk, I can't shut up. So leave a comment, tell me what you want to learn about me, and I will make a video and I will tag you in the video and give you credit for the question, and everybody will start to get to know who I am. Okay? So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna finish watching TV. Either Bob's Burger is gonna be back on at 9 o'clock, or it's gonna be Family Guy. I'm not 100% sure how it goes on Mondays, but I think it's Family Guy, but it might be Bob's Burger. We'll have to see. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of my night. I might get out my pendulum board and play with that for a little while. Maybe make a video of me playing with it. Not 100% sure. I'm not going to do my tarot cards in my videos until I learn more about my tarot cards, because I have to learn the face of what each card represents, because it's like a novelty deck. So I have to do some research on what each card means. And I showed you guys what it is. It's a pot tarot deck, so it has like bongs, pipes, it's got joints, and it's got everything like marijuana related on it. So I have to find out what all that means. So let y'all go, and again, leave a comment on what you want to know about me, and I will make a video about it. So bye for now.